Hey guys, Warren here from Little Adventurers, back with another review video. This time we're reviewing the Prado. So this is the 2007 120 series Prado. Reason for the review is that as of right now, she has 497,000 kilometers on the clock. We're really close to 500,000 in this car, and that's exciting. I've never had a car go to 500,000, so yeah, incredible. My mechanic loves this car too. He said it runs like a sewing machine and loves working on it. It has never failed us on any trip. Oh my God, touch wood. But it's never failed us. We've dragged this car everywhere across some of the roughest stuff and on really long trips, and she's just been the best. I'm very emotionally attached. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the car really quickly, and all the modifications that I've done, I'm quickly just going to rate them out of 5. So I thought that'd be fun and a quick and easy way to see what I did with the car. Now, when I purchased this car, it was bog stock, absolutely not a single thing done on it. Still had the road tyres on it, no lift kits, no bar work, nothing at all. So everything that I've done on this car, I've done myself. So yeah, it was bog stock when I bought it. I can't remember the Ks. I think the Ks are about 120,000. So yeah, done a significant amount in this car over the last few years. So let's go straight to bar work at the front. EC Bullbar. It is aluminium, so it is not a steel bar. And I'm going to give it a really quick rating as a 4.5 out of 5. The reason it loses half a point is because the fog lights have actually lost their caps and have rusted through and have been really difficult to replace. So a little bit disappointed there. But it keeps a pretty high rating because I've hit a couple of cars with this. Nothing on it, no scratch. I've hit a pole where I lost my plastic cap. It's hit 2 roos, and again, you wouldn't even be able to tell with the bar. So they are really strong, really light, and that's been a very incredible little bit of kit. So 4.5 out of 5 for the ECB Bullbar. Keeping with the front end for this moment, I'm just going to talk about lighting. So I did have a set of light force lights on there. They were the halogens, so they were the old halogen globes. They were great, but when LED really started picking up, I swapped them out for good old June from Anaconda. I believe I purchased these for $99. So they are actually incredible, and I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5 because going from the Light Force halogens, which cost me about $900 back when halogens were around, these little bad boys for $99 are so bright, it's insane. They're not spots, they're just like big spreads, and they've worked really, really well. I have on the roof, I've got a steady 32-inch light bar, and I'm also going to give that 5 out of 5 because the combination of the big spread out of the light bar and the spots at the front, we do a lot of the first part of our trips on a Sunday evening a lot of the time, or a Friday evening. We actually drive at night a lot, and that's been awesome. I had the light housings here completely changed, so these are not stock. They were removed. I had the old ones removed, and these have been replaced with LEDs as well. So we've got LED lights, we've got LED spots, we've got LED on the top. It's like driving at daylight, this thing. So all the lighting on this car, I'm going to give 5 out of 5. Moving on to the compressor. So the compressor was actually the very first thing that got modified on the car, because I wanted to take it on the beach just straight away. So that is an ARB compressor routed to the bulbar. So I don't need to lift up the hood to get to the compressor. So I'm going to give this again, a 4.5 out of 5. It loses half a point because in really hot conditions, so I'm talking like 40+ degree days when you've done a lot of driving and you've got to pump up all the tyres, I've actually found 1 or 2 times it's overheated and it's just stopped working for a couple of hours. Once it cools down, it works like a dream again. So in terms of the robustness and resilience of the unit, I've had it now for somewhere between like 7 to 8 to 9 years, and it's been amazing, but I'm gonna lose half a point for the overheating. Could also be that the location of it inside the engine bay, when I've been pumping up the tyres, sometimes I don't lift the hood so the engine bay doesn't get a lot of air. So that could also be my fault sometimes, but it did recently stop on a trip when we were in Francois Perron. It was a really hot day and it did overheat slightly. So anyway, loses half a point there, but it's still a really great unit. The routing to the Bullbar, gold. Don't have to pop the hood, don't have to attach clips, don't have all this stuff hanging around, all these tubes and cables. Really clean, I love that. Running a lithium, okay, again, don't get up my grill, YouTube, all right? We do know that that is not the place for a lithium battery. However, at this point in time, it's worked really well under the hood. My mechanic's happy with it, I'm happy with it. It's worked great. It hasn't got hot, hasn't overheated. Nothing's happened with the battery. In fact, it's run extremely well the whole time we've had it under the hood. We're running a Redarc BCDC battery manager there, so that just helps where I'm getting, helps sort of move the battery power around where I'm getting it from, whether it's the alternator or the solar output. We've got a solar input on the front of the bar here. Just a little clip, pop the blanket in on that clip, and I usually lay the blanket on the front of the car, and that works great. So battery system with the BC to DC, I'm actually going to give that 5 out of 5. Incredible, works so well. Moving on to our water system here, we have a 40 litre floor well poly tank, and that has been plumbed in with a little kick-ass pump. So we're able to have rinses with the water tank here, but that also attaches to our gas dual car system, so having hot showers. I'm going to rate this system here a 5 out of 5. It has been a game changer. Having pressurized water on hand, 40 litres, amazing, and also pretty non-invasive. So if I did choose to pull that whole system out, really, really easy to pull it out. I actually have a switch here on the inside of the panel, so while we're showering here, I can turn it on and off from here. Very simple, very easy, and really solved a big problem for us, which was like long trips, long duration trips, and water storage. And we love to have a shower at the end of the evening, even if it's a quick 1 minute, 2 minute shower. Changes the game when you're out camping. So 5 out of 5 for that system. Moving along to the 2 awnings that I've got on the car. So this is the kick-ass shower tent, and we've had it for, I can't even remember now. Maybe I've had this on the car for 4+ years. It has been in some of the windiest conditions, absolutely getting torn at in Windabandy and numerous other places where wind has been really, really bad. It's been pretty good, and I would say it's an easy 4 out of 5. It's gonna lose a mark here for the fact that like this PVC bag is really starting to show some long-term wear and tear, especially on the back. The stitching has come off and popped off over the top. But the tent itself, aside from a couple of little bends in the awning bracketing, it's pretty good. So 4 out of 5 easy, and cheap and cheerful too. I think they're only about $250, and sometimes they go on sale for a couple $100. So for $200, it's a good bit of kit. Moving along to our main awning, which is the 32nd wing awning. So this is a 270-degree awning. It's quite a windy day, so I'm not just going to go and whip it out right now, but I'm going to quickly rate this as a 4.5 out of 5. So loses half a point because there are some better ones in wind on the market at the moment. However, it is freestanding, and if you do a couple of basic tie downs, like if you go freestanding, even without the poles and a couple of tie downs off it, they are actually pretty stable. And again, we've had it in some really windy conditions, but yeah, just gonna lose half a point there because some of the bracketing inside, just from having it being tied down in the wind, some of that bracketing has bent ever so slightly, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but the actual awning has been incredible. If you don't tie it down well in the rain can sometimes pull in the edges as well, so you want to tie the edges off quite well. But again, it's been waterproof, it's given us loads of shade. We've got a wall system for each side there, so we've been able to like cocoon ourselves in really bad weather. So yeah, definitely, you know what, I'm gonna move the rating up. I'm gonna move the rating up to a 4.8 out of 5. All right guys, moving over to the back of the car. So this system, I'm gonna rate this system a 5 out of 5. My brother built it and we love it. I'm mainly talking about the drawer system here. I'll move on to the fridge in a second, but yeah, 5 out of 5. You can't beat getting your own drawers built up, and I know some companies for something very similar to this are charging excess of $2,000 to $3,000 these days. So I really love it. If you want to see how it got built, we did a quick video on that one, so we'll link that one down below in the description. Moving on to the fridge. So this is an OzTrail 80 litre upright fridge. They do use the LG compressors in these too, so pretty good. Look, I'm going to give it a rating of a 3.5 out of 5. It's going to lose a couple of points. One of the things it's going to lose a point for is it's not great in high heat conditions. I had a Waco fridge for many years, and in high heat conditions it was never affected. I don't know whether it's because these don't have great thermal protection on the front. As you can see when you open it, the door's quite thin, so I don't know whether it regulates the cold very well. So it loses a point there. We also found that it takes a long time to get to temperature. So if you're on a trip and say you're doing a restock and you've just restocked the fridge, we find that the temps go up for quite a while. So we find it doesn't cool down as quickly. It definitely works better in cooler conditions. Like we've been out recently where, you know, conditions were only sort of 15 to 20 degrees during the day. And it works like a dream. So yeah, they don't handle the hot conditions too well. It is really well ventilated at the back. We've left a massive space for ventilation, so it's really well ventilated, and this the wood casing has probably helped with temperatures a little bit, but yeah, it hasn't been amazing. I also carry the solar screens in the back too to keep the temperatures of the rear of the car down. It's going to lose another point here as well for the these snap continuously. So I've had these replaced a couple of times, but after 2 times they just got sick of me and got sick of me complaining about it and replacing it. So I've tried gluing them, I've tried a few things, but eventually I've just given up for now. But yeah, I don't think that's great, the fact that they snap off so easily. So yeah, not amazing. It's been battered around though, so like this fridge has been, you know, up to Carangini and across to some pretty rough roads, so it does get battered around. Tell you what though, one thing it's going to get a big point for is that little freezer is gold, and it stays really cold. I don't know why the freezer is so good. It's running at -17 right now. But yeah, still for what we could afford at the time, these were about 600 or 650 bucks. And, you know, we thought that was a phenomenal price. So I changing to the upright fridge has been really good. I won't go back to a chest fridge on a slide. We love the convenience of, you know, just going straight to the car, flicking the fridge open, grabbing what you need, close it back up. It makes cooking and things like that so simple. So yeah, we won't be going back to a chest fridge anytime soon. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for the OzTrail fridge. Lastly, in the rear of the car, we've got the Kaon drop-down table. That is an easy 5 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 5. This gets used all the time, every trip, cooking, whether we're doing other things, we've fixed things on it. I drop it down on a almost daily basis. So yeah, really, really good. It's been robust. It's stayed on the door really well with the bracketing and stuff that you get. These little brackets have been absolutely excellent. Yeah, their system is fantastic. It's very, very easy to just flip up, flip down. 5 out of 5 easy. Lastly, guys, probably one of the most important modifications you're ever going to do on your car is get a really good set of tyres. So this is now my second set of open country all-terrains. So they're the Toyo AT open countries. They have been absolutely phenomenal. 5 out of 5. If I can get them for the next car, I'll definitely get those as well. We've had them in the roughest conditions, and knock on wood, I've never had a flat in these. They get taken down to really low pressures. I've had them all down to 10 PSI. They've stayed on the bead. They balloon really well. They perform amazing in the sand. They performed amazingly well on the roads, gravel, corrugations, literally everything that we've done. So yeah, that's the second set of open countries, and I couldn't rate them highly enough. So absolutely 5 out of 5. Guys, thanks so much for watching this review video. This has been my 2007 120 series Prado, which is nearing 500,000 kilometers. I'm in love with it. It's going to be an emotional day when this car moves on, but we do have something incredibly exciting coming. So yeah, absolutely love this car to pieces, and anybody else that's owned one of these, I'd love to know the kilometers that you've done in yours. So if you've got a 120 series Prado, actually any car, I want to know the Ks that you've done in your car. And drop a comment below. I want to know what's the highest amount of Ks. Actually, also drop me a comment of what's the highest amount of Ks you've seen on a car, because my dad's had a couple of these in his old full drive shop. He had a couple of these that were nearing 1 million on the clock. So 1 million Ks. So drop me a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like these review videos, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We've got tons of good content coming, so we'll see you guys in the next one.